Hey y'all, so recording a quick video today to just talk about why split testing is so important, right? When you're running advertisements, if you want to lower your cost per lead, cost per appointment, and cost per sale, right? If you're fine with where you're at, you don't need to do it. But if you're running an advertising campaign and you're not testing things, you're not going to get better results. And most likely they're going to get worse because you're going to run into ad fatigue. And so there's a few places where we split test, and I have a full video on that on my YouTube channel. If you want to go check that out, I'll link it below. But what I wanted to talk about today was really split testing landing pages. And so this is for a client up in Toronto, actually, that we're running some lead generation campaigns for. They actually do heat pumps. This client happened by happenstance that we got connected, but we've been working with them for like 16 months now. So a year and like 4 months or so. And so what I want to do is I want to help them get better results. And one thing that we've been seeing a lot of success with in the roofing industry is calculators, right? Driving traffic to a roofing calculator. And that's been getting a lot of good results for the clients with lower cost per leads, higher conversion to appointment, right? And sale. And we did the same thing here. So we're running a calculator tool here to see how much people could save on their energy every month based on the tonnage of their unit, how much they're currently paying for bills, etc., and then also what rebates are available to them. And so the initial setup, the conversion rate wasn't fantastic. It was okay, better than most landing pages I see online. But initially, we were getting a conversion rate of 4.17%. And so that means for every 20-ish people who clicked on our ad, we were getting one person to actually convert. And so let me make sure I updated these parameters correctly. I did. And so I ran this test. I threw more traffic to the test landing page than I did the main, because we already had a ton of data for main prior to that to see what the conversion was. And you can see that it was 198 page views, so 198 clicks. The no cost thank you landing page, which was just to change the landing page, and then we removed one question, increased the conversion rate from 4.17% to 5.71%, which is a 1.54% increase. Which means per 100 clicks, you're getting about 1.54 more leads than you would otherwise, which isn't crazy, but over time that definitely adds up, right? Over these clicks here, we would have had 1.54 more leads, or I guess 3 more leads if we had just run strictly to here. And so we found that this was working better, and we set this up as our main branch now, and so this is a control, and we started a secondary test, which is actively running, but I thought it was super interesting. So if we come down here, we can see for conversions, we have the totals here. There's not a ton of data here yet. I like to have at least 150 to 200 actual page views before determining a winner. But you can see there's some early signs of success with some of the headline changes we've done. And all we did on this landing page is we changed it from just a normal headline of like, hey, sign up. We tested one with the financing options they have, which is payments as low as $43 a month. And then we tested another one with the rebate options, which is get a rebate as much as $2,600 when you upgrade to a heat pump, which was super cool. And you could see from here that rebate isn't getting as much traffic as I would like. I'm likely going to turn off main, which is this one here. But we can see that we got 45 page views here. Of those, 5 converted for an 11.11% conversion. Financing did increase by about 5%, right? What the conversion rate is, which means for every 100 clicks, we get 5 more leads on this landing page as opposed to the other. And then for the rebate headline, we got 21.43%. So if we had not tested this, that means that we would have stayed at 4.17%, right? And at 4.17%, our current cost per click is $1.50, right? So for every person who clicks our ad, it's $1.50. If our conversion rate is 4.17%, then our cost per lead is equal to $1.50 divided by 4.17%, which is $36. And so I just want to show you how crazy this is as we scale this up. So that's for 4.17%. I want to do one here for 5.71 as well. And let me just drag this over so it auto-populates as we go. So that cuts the cost per lead from $36 to $26. So that means you're saving $10 per lead over 100 leads, right? Or let's say it's $1,000. Divide that by 26.25. That's 38 leads as opposed to what you would have previously had, which is 27. So it's 11 more leads in the door. And so that's fine and dandy. But let's come back over here to me, right? So for this test, we got 11%. That brought that cost per lead down to $13.50. And then let's do for the financing headline of 16.67%. That means our cost per lead is now $9. And at 21.43%, our cost per lead is now $7. And so had we not done any sort of conversion rate optimization on the landing page, we would still be spending $36 per lead instead of what we're now spending, which is $7 per lead, and we're still getting a 30% booking rate. So let's just show you that math too. Conversion to appointment is 30%. That means cost per appointment is now 36 divided by 30%. So it was $120 per appointment. Now we're down to $23 per appointment. And let's also do conversion to sale. These guys are a little bit more of spray and pray with their sales strategy, so it's a little bit lower than I'm used to, but they're at 10%. And so, bring this over. So initially, their cost per sale is around $1,200, and these numbers are kind of roughed, right? It's a little bit higher, a little bit lower. But just want to give you an example of why this matters, not only from a cost per lead perspective, but also down pipe. And so what that means is we were able to take that cost per lead from $1,200 to $233.33. And the reason we were able to do that is because we ran these tests, which a lot of people ignore. I don't see a lot of people doing optimizations on their landing pages. It's mostly creative on Facebook, which you do need to do, right? Otherwise, your cost is going to skyrocket. You're going to see a ton of ad fatigue. But also just working on landing pages, right? I think looking at these metrics is super important. Some people don't think it is. I think looking at the numbers is the only source of truth, because men lie, women lie, and numbers don't, in my opinion. But I'm a giant nerd, so that could be why I think that. But just thought that was cool. Thought people might be interested in seeing, like, hey, if you actually test different things on your landing page, and the only thing we changed here was what we said at the headline, right? We didn't change anything else besides the headline itself, right? When we got on the landing page. And that took us from 4.17% to 21.43%, and you can see the effects of that down pipe. So it went from 36. Let's actually look at the diff. And this isn't done, right? I'm going to continue optimizing on top of this one if it does turn out that it's the winner. But let's just look at the difference here in cost. So boom, minus, boom. So you're saving $29 per lead, $96 per appointment, and $966 per sale. Which means you can afford to spend more than your competitors and continue to grow and scale. So that's it. That's the data. Here's more of it. But I don't think anybody cares about this. But this is how I'm getting that data. Is I set up like a custom page tracking or conversion rate tracking solution, tracking both page views and conversions. That's where kind of the math is happening for all the page views that come through for users. But that's it. If you find this interesting, great. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Happy to answer them. And then I'll see y'all later.